with your sweaty ass. Oh, I got my new shoes. Am I live? Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. Sorry. I'm like zoned off in this space. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Oh, how's my blush today? Yesterday was like a blush fiasco. How come no one told me? Probably everyone told me. I don't read the comments. Just kidding. But seriously, you guys, like that was... I can't... We have bad lighting in the house. I do my makeup, I can't see it, and then I go, oh Lord, that's bad. I could just not put it on, but I kind of like having like a little bit of color on your cheeks. So I put this pink blush. Oh, too funny. All right, I'm gonna do a little exercise today. Today is what is it? Day 15. Day 15, no alcohol, and 8 days to New York. So I'll probably drink in New York, but here's my game plan is no drinking after 2025. So like 2026, I don't ever want to drink again like for the rest of my life. Like I'm gonna do it. Like I'm just kind of that way. But I feel like this might be my last drinking trip. I don't think I want to drink in November, because I'll go back in November, and that's the month my mom passed. Yesterday was my mom's birthday, so it was would have been her birthday. She would have been 66, but she died when she was 46. So, it was an interesting day for me. I fell asleep really early. Like, I fell asleep during the Mets game, and they won, and I'm bummed I missed it because it was on my mom's birthday. And Richard won some of his bets. I didn't win my bet. I almost won my bet. The only thing I didn't get was the home run, which is, pretty big thing. But I did have the pitcher thing. I said that he would get 6 strikeouts, and he did. He got, I think, maybe 7 or maybe even 8. I think he got 8. So it just had to be at least 6. So if he gets any over 6, that was good. And then I had all my hits. I think I had Marte and Vientos and Lindor. But then I said Soto for the home run, and that didn't happen. But Richard said it was a great game. Okay, I'm gonna move over here for push-ups, and we're gonna do a little bit of working out first, and then we're gonna do the nunchucks. I like to do those, I'm gonna work out first and then do nunchucks, as if the nunchucks and I work out. We're doing this workout and then the nunchucks, I meant to say. Because the nunchucks actually tire me out the most, really. So it's like, I want to make sure to do my push-ups first. Which way is good for you guys? Do this would be... Oh, but you guys are looking right into the sun then. Maybe this is better. I need Rich to come out here and help me with where we're gonna be for the push-ups. That's kind of ugly to look at, though. I don't know if you want to look directly into the sun. Like this. Yeah, here he comes. I don't know where it's good. I don't know if they want to look right into the sun, but I know looking into our our chairs here. I don't know if the... Okay, I'm gonna do some push-ups and then I'm gonna do my crunches, and then I'm gonna do some nunchucks, and then we'll try and sit out here. But it is already warming up pretty good.
Yeah, beautiful today.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the 20 push-ups here. Well, I go this way. We'll go this side. Yeah, there we go. For you guys. That might be better. There we go. Okay. Let's get this going here. Alright. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm a little tired this morning. Oof. Okay. I used to be so much better at those, but we're getting there. Now we're gonna do some, here, let me close this. Now I'm gonna do some crunches. Let me see what's gonna be the best direction. Is it best? Yeah, like this? Yeah, this will work. Like this. Yeah, here we go. All right. Oh, I can still feel a little burn actually from yesterday. Some people think that like sit-ups are what's necessary to get abs. Now, I always found that crunches were much more effective. Because sit-ups, one thing you do less, and I feel that you strain yourself more, you know what I mean? But I'm actually feeling a little back pain from this is good, like I've been getting out here, kind of like moving around more. I'm 40, you know, and if you haven't moved enough recently, then you're like, oh, which is good. Okay, so I'm going to do 100 with my feet up in the air, and then we're going to do 50 this way and 50 this way. Just crunches, not sit-ups. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 8, 99, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Oh, my counter. I was like trying to change my music. I was like, this is a track. It could be more boring. I was trying to get something like upbeat for the playing like the most boring music. I was on shuffle. It's like elevator music. I'm like, okay, can we not have like crying music? I want like something like, give me something upbeat. See? Nope. Anyway, I guess. I have to get it. I don't know why it's like on the slowest music. I'm like trying to be like, let me work out to like crying music. No, thank you. This is terrible. I get stuck on this stuff. Alright, I'm gonna take McCray. She has good upbeat. Forget that. That was terrible. Okay, that worked. It's okay, I'm okay. Oh, my head's off the thing. I'm all out of sorts here. What's going on? Okay. Now we're going to do 50 this way and then 50 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Alright, I'm going to do 50 that way, and then we're done with the crunches, and we're going to do some nunchucks. And we'll have a little chat for as long as I can sit out here. It's not super hot today, but the sun does beat on you. I have my umbrella, so hopefully I can block it, but sometimes it's hard to block the sun, as you guys saw yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. All right. That's good. Okay. Let's do some nunchuck. Oh, it's good to stretch. Oh, should do some stretching, but you guys might get bored with that. Oh my goodness, it feels good to stretch a little bit. Just like stretch the arms out. Oh. Okay, let's go do some nunchucks. Nunchuck time. Starting to get hot out here. Just moving you guys up a little bit. Put your seatbelts on. Everybody. Gonna be bumpy. Oh, it's bright that way. Yeah, find a good spot for him for his nunchucks.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, it's too bright that way, I think. I'm gonna drink water. I saw a commercial this morning for Southwest. It says they now are doing assigned seating, and they say I used to always fly Southwest when I was a kid. You have to go early to get your seats. Now you probably do it online, but anyways, they go, don't all airlines do that? They go, now they do. Like they were the only ones that didn't do the assigned seating. Yeah, I don't think that worked too well. That was a pain in the ass. Why they did that for so long? I mean, I would have thought they would have stopped that way earlier than now. Because they would do that when I was a kid. It's a long time ago. I was born in 1985. I don't want to step on the plants, so let's go over here. Right here, it's good. It's a little shady here. Don't step on these plants. Is this good? Okay. All right, ready? Here we go. Do a little nunchucks here. Just get a little morning workout here. You guys watch me do it, so I do it. Otherwise, we get lazy. We're like, do something as simple as, how long does it take me? Still like, nah, I don't want to do it. So, if I do it on the blog, then I'll do it. Go to New York. I wish I'd stay fit in New York, but it's so crazy because when I used to go to New York, I actually used to get more fit, or if anything, sometimes you almost get too thin there. But now you're going and gaining weight instead of drinking. But like I said, this is gonna be this trip and maybe the November one, but I think it's gonna be just this one. I think it's just this one. I'm kind of done with the drink thing. Like, why don't you not drink this trip? And I'm like, well, it's gonna be my last. So like, okay, it was my last time drinking. I enjoy it. Not like where I'm gonna overdo it, but just like, enjoy it. Don't make a fool of yourself and then be done with it. Because even if I don't make a fool of myself, because you're like, oh, well, maybe if you should, because it makes me look bad, and it's bad for my health. So it's not something I can continue. Even if everything went great, where I didn't, act stupid, or everything about alcohol is just not good for me. Hi there. Oh, that's a beautiful hummingbird. It has like this gorgeous purple colors, so it's on its head. Hummingbirds have the most beautiful colors. Beautiful morning. I'm getting tired. A little tired this morning. Actually, I've been up for really almost since last night. I think I slept because I fell asleep super early, around 5 or 6 p.m. And then I woke up at like 10 p.m. And then I went to bed again, I think for a little bit at a time. But I've been up the majority of the time since late night. Yeah. Like I think me and Rich got a couple more hours sleep in between, but yeah. So my schedule of sleep is really out of whack right now. And I think I'm kind of like, I don't know, something about my body, like already like thinking, oh, like it's somehow like getting into New York time already, but I don't even know if I ever really get out of New York time. So, you know, what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's why I probably wake up like at like 3 a.m. Because I used to wake up at like 6 a.m., but now after living in New York, I wake up at like 3 a.m. because that would be 6 a.m. But no, there you go. But now I've been going to bed so early that I wake up like really late night and think that it's like 3 a.m. and it'll only be like 10 p.m. and I'm like, oh. I'll be like, what time did I go to sleep? I'm like fully refreshed. I have been asleep for 30. All right, let's sit for a minute here, guys. I'm a little tired today. Like I just said. Okay, let me find myself. I think if I sit right here, I think I can block the sun. Let's see. But I need to be a little bit in the shade. That's the problem yesterday. Shade was only going that way. That's why we were having trouble. This should work. We gotta find a safe spot for you guys, though. You have to go further away. You guys have to be in the shade, too. It's gonna be pretty warm today. Yesterday, I think, was a little cooler. But not super hot. It's not supposed to be scorching hot anymore. Maybe it's supposed to start to cool down a little bit. There we go. Oh, here, Rich is coming to the rescue.
There you go.
Let me get my water. Rich to the rescue. Rich has an eye doctor appointment, and then he's gonna try to get. Oh, I didn't tell. Try to get everybody's eyeglasses ordered very, very soon. Maybe even I don't know if it's gonna be today or but this is I think the place where we can finally get. Cause we finally now have it. Well, when he goes today, we'll have everybody's eye prescriptions, and he can go finally get some glasses for everybody. And Gloria's doctor's appointment went great. They're saying she's very healthy. They said that they want to do a couple more tests and stuff, but that she's doing really good. So that's good news. But we're still worried about her diabetes. You know, it affects her quite a bit. It makes her very sleepy. So hello everyone. Happy Hump Day. Wednesday is Hump Day. The Mets won last night. Woo! They are really destroying the Phillies. Bad. I thought the Phillies were a little better. It was horrible. The only game I've ever seen, only professional baseball. I've seen other sports, but only professional baseball game I've seen was the Giants and the Phillies in San Francisco when I was a kid. They lost then too. Oh, it's a little. I love. This is a small little plane. I wanted to be a pilot. That's why I first went in the Air Force. And then even when I got out of the Air Force, I thought about becoming a pilot. I was going to become a helicopter pilot here in Vegas. So we were first saving money for. I just decided I didn't want to do that. I was like, as much as I love flying, I don't know. So I love that when I go to New York, you know, I get to fly still. And I don't mind, I don't have to be the one flying. If anything, it's better just be relaxed in the back of the plane than the one flying the plane. But I like being in the air. Because my job in the Air Force, I was in the air. I mean, I was on the AWACS plane. I was an airborne surveillance instructor. It's a 1 Alpha 451. And it's I really enjoyed flying. Like that's why after my mom died and everything that happened when I got grounded because of my mom's death, then I didn't really want to like stay in and not fly, Like I was like, I don't want to be in the Air Force and not fly. It's like I was rather be out of the Air Force than be in the Air Force and not flying, because you put up with a lot of crap in the military, And you're like, I was doing it because I enjoyed flying, but I was like, to do a desk job, no, thank you, no, I don't, no, thank you. So, they said I'd get my job back in like 2.5 years of retrain, but I was like, no, thank you, I'm good. But it is cool. I'm getting to fly still, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'm flying on Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday. So not tomorrow, the next one. But yeah, tomorrow is a week away. So it's kind of crazy because today is 8 days. But really, it's not even like really 8 days, because on Thursday morning, like I'm going to be gone. So it's really like almost like this is more like 7 days, because counting Thursday, but Thursday I'm like already gone. Like so like for days left in Vegas, it's only like 7. Because Thursday I can't even count that. I'm gonna like I leave super early in the morning, and then I'm in the air, and then I'm in New York, on Thursday. So Thursday is not really a day that's a Vegas day at all. So it's crazy. It's so soon. Oh, I want to pack today. I was gonna. If it gets too hot out here, but actually it's feeling good. But if it gets too hot out here, then I do want to start packing today. But maybe we'll do it later, or maybe we'll wait till tomorrow, because it's a week. I mean, I'm already partially packed. Oh, I've like have all my toiletries done. The only thing I need to pack is my clothes. Really, that's all I need to pack. Everything else is done. I have all my toiletries are done, and I try to bring a lot of things, but the small sizes. But because when I get there, I used to buy everything when I got there, but that's very expensive, And even like even the travel size things are getting much more expensive. So I used to, sometimes just get the travel size things, but now even those are expensive. So I say forget it. So I try to bring as much as I can, but when I get there, I am going to have to buy like at some point, like within a couple of days, a shampoo, conditioner, and maybe like a big lotion, because I'm bringing like a small shampoo, a small conditioner, and a small lotion. Those are what out, and that'll probably be about it. But I think I have like every other like toiletry product I'll need for like the entire trip. So I'm even bringing. I'm hope they'll let me bring the toothpaste. It's a Tom's one. I think it's only like 4 ounces. So I think you're allowed 4 ounces. But that should last like the whole trip. It's not a travel size one. That's just they're smaller sizes, those ones. But everything is ready to go besides my clothes, and I'm really excited for all the like cool things Richard got me. He's actually really good at style. He's always been. Like a lot of my really good outfits were like Richard's pick, where like things that like, or even like if we picked it out together, but like he would give me so much input, because of like, and he just has a really like, actually him and Gloria do have a really good fashion sense for clothes. I'm not the best at that. I'm a little more tacky, so I'm getting better, and I'm feeling proud of kind of like what I'm going to be wearing this time to New York. Like I feel like each time I'm kind of getting more sophisticated, So I think it's going to be, I'm excited for the trip. I'm sad to be leaving so soon. This morning, me and Rich were cuddling, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to be leaving about a week. Like it's kind of sad, because I do enjoy being home, but I am excited to go at the same token too. So if you like almost like equally loved 2 places, you know what I mean? Like, but you would prefer to long-term live in one place, which is I prefer to long-term live in Vegas. But like as far as like places that I love, like I love Vegas and I love New York City. So if I was going anywhere else, I would not be happy. Like if you told me I was like going and visiting somewhere else, even somewhere new, then I'd be terrified. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. New York, I feel comfortable there. I've been there a bunch of times. I lived there for a year with Rich, and Richard lived there for a couple years, so he showed me so much in that year that we lived there too, and we moved so much. But also like when I first got there, like he just really showed me the ropes and showed me around, and it's an island, so it's easy to get around. Manhattan is not that big, so once you kind of figure it out. But I'm excited because like all of a sudden like yesterday like a bunch of people were like texting from New York too, like, hey, I miss you, whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'm coming in about a week. They're like, oh, really? So this is kind of interesting, like how those things kind of just like light up at the same time. And I have some clients here in Vegas that I haven't seen in a while that are here, that some have been coming back. So I'm going to see a handful of people before I leave too, which is good because I didn't know if there would even be any business. It's so hit and miss in Vegas, so that's good. And yeah, it's just kind of been like a weeks for us, really. I mean, it's like, especially the last 15 days, since I've been home, it's actually been really good because, I didn't feel well those first couple of days, but I didn't drink. So really, since I've been home, everything has gone really well. I think that was a huge factor, is to like not drink in Vegas at all. Like just immediately when I got home, cold turkey, like no more drinking. And that really, really helped me because it really kind of really gave a definitive line too of like, because otherwise you go, well, how many days do I drink when I get back, or how many drinks do I drink, you have it was just like, no, just no drinking in Vegas. And then, okay, that's easier. So, and now, like I said, this trip and at most the next one in November will be the last times I drink. And I'm holding to that. I'm committed to it, and I feel strong about it, and I feel good about it. But I also am like, you know what? I'm just gonna end out this time that I like I said, it was like a year on and off because it started last November 2024. And my mom died in November, so November is always a crazy month for me. So it makes sense that it happened in November. I didn't realize it. It's just what happens in November, is things like that. And it just was like a full, like, I don't know, like an opening up of like really looking at myself, because when I was sober, I was being really mean and very arrogant and things like that. So like now, as I, fell off the wagon, as I have to start again, I'm just having a lot more maybe compassion, for myself and for others, because I was extremely hard on myself too, you know what I mean? So if people think I was hard on them, I'm hard on myself too, you know what I mean? So now I'm kind of just giving myself just a little bit more space to, make some mistakes, work through them, but then, don't continue in the mistakes. Like if I continued to drink for the rest of my life, that would be ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But I'm giving myself this trip and the next at most if I want to. And I don't think I'm even going to drink in November. This trip, probably going to drink. Because I'll probably be like, okay, this is my last time. But I don't think I want to do it again. I don't think I want to deal with it again when I go in November. So I think this is going to be it. I really feel strongly that I just want to be like, and I could just not drink this trip, but I'd probably just be like, this is the last time, and then I'll be done with it. Because it just makes me sick, and I still haven't fully, got my body back, in the sense of like, I lost all my toning. I didn't get fat, but I lost all my toning. Does that make sense? So you might not even, like, your weight might not change that much, but where your weight's distributed, and that's what irritates me, is like, I used to have like, more toned stomach, and now it's just like no toning. So that's why I've been trying to do my crunches again. But the alcohol just really makes it pretty much, I don't know if you can stay fit and drink alcohol. I've never been able to. If people do, it seems like it's being really counterproductive, working much harder than they need to. They have to work out a ton to compensate, because every time I drink, it just immediately makes my body kind of go into like not a fitness kind of look, and more like non-fitness, like if the day before I drink I look fit, the day after I drink I don't look fit, like immediately, and then it just continues that way, and since it's only been 15 days, I haven't even fully bounced back yet. Like I haven't really got my fit body back, and then I'm going in 8 days, so I just can't keep doing this. So I think this will be my last trip. But like I said, worst case is going to be November. But that's it. That's it. I've already told Rich, I don't want to drink past 2025 ever. Let's just have that be a thing. And he's like, that's awesome, and that's kind of how I am. So people go like, oh, you've said this. No, when I say things like that, I'm not gonna change my mind on that, because it's just something I just feel it's very important for my long-term health and as I get older. But like I said, I kind of gave myself this little journey. I call myself the Jedi Joy journey, because I don't mean to, but like I end up doing things, and then later as I evaluate, I think, why did I do that? And I go, okay, I did that for this reason, because they always say everything does happen for a reason. Instead of like beating myself up, I go like, because I'm a very strong person, and I'm very disciplined. So when I decide to not do something, like in the sense of like when I decided to drink, or when I do decide to drink, like there's a reason I'm doing it, and it's not just an addiction reason, because I'm very strong at like avoiding addiction when I want to. This is more just like I go like, I need to go step through this, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of what's happened this last year, on and off. But I think a year on and off is plenty of time. Like I don't want it to be a 2-year thing. That would, no way. So, and as I said, whenever I drank ever in the past, it's never been for very long. It's always been a short-term thing, and then oh, there's Jeremiah. Hi, Jeremiah. Hi, Jeremiah. Hi, Jeremiah. He likes when I say it like that. He gets excited. That's our little hummingbird. We named him Jeremiah, and he likes when I use that silly voice. Hi, Jeremiah. He gets all excited. Birds love when you pay attention to them. So do bunnies, apparently. Oh my God, Casper. He has just been an attention hog, my bunny. I do get the sense he gets the sense that I'm going to New York. Like, people think that's crazy, but it's just the way, right before I leave, like, he gets just so affectionate with me, and he, like, won't leave my side, like, more than normal, like, just, like, as it gets closer and closer to the trip. And he just wants, like, constant cuddles, and wants to be pet all the time, and wants to just, like, and he just lays by my bed all night and stuff. It's so sweet. He says, I do really miss my bunny, and I miss my family when I go to New York. I do get really lonely in New York. I have a great time in the sense of like being in the city, because I do enjoy the city, and that's where my family's from, so all I ever heard about was New York. So being there is fun for me, but I do get lonely there, if that makes sense. So that's why I do fall into addiction there more than I would here, because I'm just lonely, and I'm just like bored, and that's often, and I can't go busy myself too much because I'm on call for work, which means I can't overdrink either, So that's like the times that you saw me drunk, I was already done with work or whatever. But so I kind of just sit there, I kind of just like sip a hard cider, and for some reason I like that, but I'm gonna quit that by the end of the year because it's just not good for my health. But sorry, I thought someone's coming out here. So it's actually a gorgeous day in Vegas right now. When I block the sun, it's actually super pleasant out here. But when the sun's shining on you, it's much hotter. It's crazy. Like, if you be in the shade, you can handle it. But once that sun is beating on you, you're like, get out of here. But yeah, so I'm really happy that, I don't know, just that things are going so smoothly. Like, and even that I'm going so soon, like it's making everything so much smoother here. As me and Richard was talking about, like I'm going without us being like broke before I go. Like I'm going and we'll still have money before I leave. Normally it's like no money before I leave. So I'm really happy I'm going sooner than later, because it just made it so much easier. Like everything's just flowing so much better, We've been able to, order some things. Like Richard ordered Annette some more pants and stuff, and Gloria some stuff. So it's just like some clothes. He got Gloria some new dresses. So, like, those are things like they wouldn't be able to get till I was like in New York. And if that depends on the bills. But now it's like we have enough, but I'm going because we won't have enough if I don't go. If that makes sense. So it's a good feeling to kind of be like not so on the edge. I've gone before where I have like $20 in my pocket and I hope for the best. I have my rooms paid for, for X amount of days, but after that it's like, if I don't, make money, then I either have to go home and I'm not even have enough to get home. So it's like, well, but it's not going to be that that bad this time, so it's much better going this way. And the other thing is, it's actually going to be amazing in September to be in New York. It's actually like the best month to be in New York, so I feel pretty blessed about the whole opportunity to be in Manhattan in September. I mean, that's like where people go like, oh, you'd love to go in September, but usually it's just way too expensive. And yeah, it is more expensive in September, even more in October, but I think September is better than October. But October is more popular because it's like Halloween and, people start getting into costume kind of stuff. The festivities, it gets closer to the holidays. Because it gets closer to the holidays, it gets more expensive in New York. But September is like the best month as far as weather. I'm actually really excited about that. So, but I love that new little orange little sweater Richard got me. I'm gonna wear that on the plane. My new jeans, my new shoes. It's all Amazon stuff. It's not super expensive, but it's nice though. It's good stuff, good quality. He's good at finding, because some of the stuff is crap on there, if you're not careful. Gosh, I order stuff, I have to return it all the time because it's just terrible. Oh, it's terrible. It's not what I thought it looked like. It looks horrible. But I think Ruby might be in town now, or she's coming to town or something like that. I think we might be on a plane, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of funny because I'm going to be going over there. She's on the East Coast, but not. I think she'll be back probably by the time. It's just funny how everybody going to different parts of the world. It is cool that we can do that now, where the hotels, but the tickets there is not a problem. You know what I mean? Like, someone was telling me at $80 for first class. And actually, just stuff like that. It's like, but I would never. It's the worst. To fly problem. The flight's the cheap thing. So it's nice because I remember when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So that was just not something we could do. Now it's like $100 to fly there, then hotels, are spendy. But if you know someone in my job, I have to have a hotel. But just staying on people's couches. But but like if you are someone that is just visiting or whatever, like it is kind of cool, like how cheap the place. And I don't know if the pandemic helped that or what, but I don't remember the prices before. But I know, like, post-pandemic, they were trying to get people to fly. I was like, sure. I know we got insanely good flights. Richard is so good about getting deals. So he is just like the deal king of like, we save so much and just like him finding the best deals for things. And during the pandemic, he started reading about that there was like really cheap airline tickets and that they're fully refundable, and they're refundable for like 2 years or something like that. I think it was, or maybe it was forever. I don't remember. And changeable, refundable. No, not refundable. Changeable. Sorry, changeable. Fully changeable tickets for like, I think it was like 2 years or something that it was. Maybe it was even forever. I don't remember the thing, but it was a long parameter that we're like, we can get these and we can change it for any date. So that's how he bought our Panama and our New York tickets. And the New York tickets were first class. We flew first class to New York. And he got them for like the price that you'd get economy because it was during the pandemic. And the great thing was it actually was so much cheaper for us because they didn't charge us anything for bags. And we had the maximum amount of bags they'd ever let anyone on a plane. They probably wouldn't even let us if we weren't first class. And they didn't charge us anything. So it was like, because normally first class, you pay so much that I think you get your bags for free. But we didn't barely pay anything for the first class, and we got like tons of bags for free. And we're like, this is fabulous. So that's how when we moved to New York, we flew first class, which was really fun. That was my first time flying first class. I flew business class when I was younger. That was they had to, when I canceled our flights to China when I was 15. I was a mission trip. So silly. There was this thing called Teen Mania. I don't know if it still exists. It's part of like, what's his name? Billy Graham. I think he's passed probably by now. I don't know if the guy's still alive. He's old. He probably passed. But Teen Mania was through Billy Graham. My aunt was like this insane Billy Graham. Oh gosh, she worked for Billy Graham. She's wacko. She actually has schizophrenia now. She's nuts, but love Billy Graham. And so my family was all about Billy Graham and stuff. And so I would go to these things called, it was Teen Mania thing, but it was some concert, some Christian concert, and they said, all these mission trips or whatever. So they convince all these kids to go, and then you have to convince all your relatives and like friends to give you a bunch of money to go on this trip. Because it was like $4,000. My mom didn't have that kind of money. So you have to write all these letters to everybody. Back in the day, it was letters or emails, and get everybody to give you money, donate, to get me on this mission trip. So I ended up going when I was 15 for a month to Hong Kong and China. I think it was like a week or two in Hong Kong. I think it was a week in Hong Kong, and then I think it was 3 weeks in China. I was 15, so it's been a long time. And then the next year, I was going to go to Africa. My mom's poor friends had had enough of that. Like, nah, we're not sending your daughter on another trip. So I didn't get to go on that one. But it was so stupid. Oh my God, they were so strict. It's so ridiculous. Like, you couldn't, okay, girls could only wear like really baggy t-shirts and long sleeve, well, not long sleeve, but you know, like, not tank top, you know, like short sleeve, but not something like I'm wearing right now. Oh, no way, no. And then you couldn't wear anything tight, and you couldn't have your crossbody purse on the front of you. Which is the way I always did my purse. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you do crossbody and then you put it in the back. They didn't want that because it's accenting your boobs. So uptight. The religious stuff. And then I went there with my two other friends from my elementary school. Well, we were in junior high, I guess, at the time. But they were from my elementary school and junior high, the private school. And we weren't allowed to be in the same group or hang out at any level. Like, you sent 3 little girls to China, and the only people they know, and you say, oh no, you guys can't be doing that. You have to socialize with everybody. So they intentionally like kept us apart. We were not allowed to like interact at all. And they had us do these ridiculous skits. Jesus on the cross skit. It's the weirdest thing. But I had a good time because I was 15 and I didn't go to China. But they made us eat. Okay, we're in China. And they make us eat McDonald's Egg McMuffins every morning. And then for lunch and dinner, we had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I think they're just ripping off our parents and our parents' friends, pocketing this money and giving us peanut butter and jelly and McDonald's. But I was like, we're in China, we're eating McDonald's. I didn't even know McDonald's was in China until then. I mean, now they're everywhere. But, you know, this is, you know, a long time ago. What? 2000? Was it about 2000? What would be? Yeah. The year 2000. I was shocked that McDonald's was even in China. And then I was like, that's what we have to eat? It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. And I was not a fan of that kind of food at the time. So I remember for years I could not eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like for years I couldn't. Because we ate it for 2 meals a day for like 30 days. A couple times they let us go to like restaurants and have Chinese food. But they would have these translators and like you had to eat whatever they gave you. And so to this day I don't know some of the things I ate. I was like, they were not good.
I would like to know if you like Taylor Swift.
You know, me and Taylor Swift have a love-hate relationship. You know, we're best of buddies. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do have a love-hate. I like some of Taylor Swift's music, and I really like some of her music, like where I really like it. But the whole Taylor Swift fiasco, you know, the Swifties, just the whole drama that just follows around her, that she creates herself, is too much for me. I mean, me and Rich were just talking about this, her and Travis Kelce, just got engaged, or so I'm sure the whole entire nation and world knows. I mean, everybody say, oh, Buffalo Wild Wings, let me be here, cater for your thing, and every darn weird ass restaurant, like she wants Buffalo Wild Wings, cater her restaurant. Just every weird restaurant's like, oh, let me be the one. But the problem that I find with Taylor is everything about her is to make money. You know what I mean? Where, like, you go, oh, well, you would too, but it's like, hey, some things could be private. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like it just feels like everything is like this whole engagement, being announced to everyone right away, and just being like, it just kind of feels like she doesn't want anything private. Like, everything she wants, like, everyone to just, like, know all about her relationships and, hate on her or not. And this is, I mean, I guess I'm out here doing the blogs, like, can't hate on her that much of that. But it just feels like, it starts to feel fake. Does that make sense? Like, I know they're a real couple, but it's just like, man, you guys, like, really, like, I know you're a couple and you are going to get married, but you sure leverage that good for yourselves too, because like right before the football season, it's like right before she just announced she's releasing a new album that they literally announced that was her announcing the engagement stuff, and just all this stuff, and then it's just like all this publicity, just kind of like, I don't know, I just felt like could have been a little bit more of a private thing for her, than a huge loud thing that's in perfect timing for right before football season and right before she releases an album. It just kind of feels like everything is just so kind of like almost fake in her life. Like, it's so structured that way. Like, she has the football player, and then he won the Super Bowl, and then and just kind of like, where I felt like in the past, some of her other relationships, it kind of felt like she was more in love. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So this just feels a little bit, I don't know, she don't look like she's that into that dude. I don't get the sense. I know she really liked Calvin Harris, and I know she really liked, what's his name? One way back. The one with Katy Perry. That's with the Grateful Dead now. John Mayer. You could tell, like, those guys, she was like, but this guy, I just feel like she's like, he'll do.
Heidi Ho, all the way from Australia, is here. We've known her for a year.
Oh, hi, Heidi Ho. Heidi Ho. Welcome back to the family. I guess you're always here, but hopefully you're always here. We just said hi. Hopefully you're always here. We love having you here. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the older she gets, the more she's just kind of like accepted, like, I just have to, like, because I did feel like when she was younger, she seemed like really kind of like, it seemed like she was really into these dudes. This guy, I kind of felt like she was like, he'll do. He fits the boxes. It's literally kind of what she said. She was talking, she's like, yeah, he has had his friends, since he was 4, so it's like a green light. It's literally, she's like checking the boxes. Not like where I see like all this emotion of excitement with this guy, But let's say she's settling. But as far as her music, I like some of her songs, but I hate how much they overplay her music. And even now, since they announced this, if you put your music on shuffle, they're going to play Taylor Swift more than any other artist if you like any of her music. Like, because if you like one of her songs, and then like what I'll do is like on whether it be Apple or YouTube Music, which now I only do YouTube, but even back with Apple, I did the same thing, that as soon as you like a certain artist, then now they can kind of feel that, oh, it will give you more of that artist. But with Taylor, you like one song and it's like, oh, we're going to give you all Taylor. And I'm like, no. Like, I wanted to listen to a song or two. So I do get really irritated with that. And we hear, like, even in Annette's room, she's just playing, like TV music. They're already playing Taylor more than they were. Like, we hadn't been hearing Taylor. And now here she is back in the, back in the algorithm, I guess, in a sense, where it's like, oh, all Taylor again. And they just really kind of drown you out with Taylor. So, but I do think she has a good voice, and she's talented, and she's a very pretty girl. And I do really like some of her songs. And when I'm sad, I like her music. Like, I remember the one album I listened to like when I was really kind of like really feeling a lot with my mom, you know, and so like her music can be a little bit depressing at times if you're not careful, but she does have some upbeat stuff, but a lot of it's very much like I don't need you anymore. You know. But I really like Tate McRae has become my new fave. Like I can't stop listening to Tate McRae because her music is just so much more like uplifting to me. Like Taylor, I do like some of her songs, but a lot of it's a lot more angrier, like mad. You know, you're not going to do that again kind of thing. But that one album I did really enjoy. The one where she was really angry. I don't know. I was angry during that time. The one, oh gosh, it did not go well. It's her like least. It happened like right around pandemic time, I think, or right before pandemic. I think it was like 2018. I'll think of the name in a second. It starts with the R, but can't think of the name of it. But she Reputation. I think it was called Reputation. I think it was that one was called. There's some really angry songs in that one, and those ones that for when I was listening at the time, I was like, oh yeah, this badass Taylor, because they were a lot more like that one is like I can't think of the name of the song, but the one she's the video she's like in there in the bathtub with with her diamonds everywhere, and look what you made me do. I think it was what the song's called. That one I like, but some of her music's just her old stuff is. I did like her when she first came out, that Tim McGraw song, because that was like I think I was in Portland, I want to say, when that song came out, and I did like her initial music when she was doing country, but when she first converted over to pop, I kind of was a little bit irritated with her and like, oh dear, here she comes over to pop now, because she was already like taking over all the country awards. And then she did the same thing in pop. And so I was kind of annoyed by her by then, but there has been moments where I really have liked certain songs that she comes out with. So I like that other one too. What's that one? I forget the name of it. But I'll think of it in a second. But I feel like the celebs have become faker and faker as like we do reality, of like social media more, with real people are showing more and more of real life. The celebs are almost like showing like less and less real life. It's like their social media things are like stage things, you know what I mean? For the most part, most of them, and it's just kind of like, well, that's kind of not what social media was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, social media wasn't really supposed to be like your same professional photos. It was supposed to be like your personal stuff, like get to see in your private life, kind of. But now social media has become so like monetized in a sense that the celebs no longer, they would get in trouble because they would post things to get themselves in trouble back in the day. Like I remember when Twitter first came out, like it was the celebs posting, and they were often getting in trouble, like saying offensive things or like, going at businesses. I remember like I think it was like Iggy went at like Papa John's or something, it was just like going off on them and stuff. And some of these artists, their publicists, they go crazy, what are you doing? And so they start taking over their social media accounts. So then it's not even the artists anymore, the stars. So it's like I just want people to be real, and I feel like people are being less and less real, And he's got these real IDs. It's funny, they got these real IDs. I'm like, what were the other ones? Was the other one not a real ID? Like, this is this weird thing. Oh, this is your real ID, but this is a real ID too, right? Yeah, but that's not a real ID though. Yeah, but it's a legal real ID though, right? Yeah, but it's not what we call the real ID though. Okay, I get that, because I have one. You have to have it now to fly. But it's just funny because it's like, but wasn't your other ID a real ID? I mean, you can still use your ID, like anywhere else. So it's like, it's just funny. It's like real ID as opposed to the one I have. Yeah, like if you weren't flying, you don't have to get a real ID. So like your regular ID still works everywhere. But if you need to fly, you have to have a real ID. Oh, we're going at the end of the month for Gloria to get her license back. So she had to switch to the ID, not a real ID, just an ID, like an identification card, because she had forgotten her paperwork when we went. So, oh my gosh, that day was such a fiasco. I had brought all this paperwork. I thought Gloria had remembered her one piece of paper she had to bring from the eye doctor, because the time we'd gone before, she had brought it and she had her little folder. And Gloria used to be so good with like remembering little things like that, but we keep forgetting that like we have to remind her of everything. So yesterday, like, she calls me from the gym and she's like, so I have a doctor's appointment today, but do I have time to, what time did I set at 2:30? And she said, okay, so I have about time to, be here about another half hour at the pool, right? I said, yeah, that's fine. So then she comes home, and then I think we were doing the blog or something, and then Richard goes to get her, and he says, okay, Gloria, we gotta go. She said, for what? Like, where are we going? She's like, the doctor's appointment. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, so she is starting to get more forgetful with certain things. And we're like, you remembered earlier today. So we have to like constantly realize, even if earlier in the day, as she gets older, she might forget even later in the day the same thing. So that day, we'd been talking about going to the DMV, about her having paperwork, but by the time we get to the DMV, she didn't have her paperwork. And then I was like, oh, you're kidding. This is ridiculous. So they said, we wanted her to get a legal ID. So they said, because we had Annette got her legal ID that day. And we said, you know what, Gloria, they said you can get this and then make an appointment. And if you do it within a year, we can just reinstate your driver's license. So that's where we're going back to have her reinstate. But it took like a month to make another appointment. The appointments yet are like a month out, the DMV, because everyone's trying to get real IDs. So we're going back to get Gloria's driver's license at the end of the month here. And then Annette keeps saying she's getting hers, which we really need to try to at least get her taking the permit, because she's just not going to drop this. She really, because she said yesterday, she said, Joy, don't we have a DMV appointment today? I said, no, that's in a couple of days, because she got confused because it was Gloria's doctor's appointment day. Like, she came to me about this, but she normally doesn't do things like that. And I said, no, it's at the end of the month. I go over to him, like, doesn't have one? And he's like, she can't have one. She hasn't done the... I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. We got to get that going, because she really wants to go. We keep trying to explain to her this is for Gloria, but so she's going to be really disappointed when she can't get anything when we go. And I don't know. I don't want to break her heart yet on it. So I was like... But... maybe we can go there and have them give her a booklet or something like that. Maybe that she'll feel better. Like, have her give them the booklet for her written test or something like that. That's what we'll do. We'll try and get that. I think you do it online now, though, but maybe they'll give her because Net likes to, like, have books to read, something like that. But she's going to be not happy because she thinks she's getting... We've told her that's not the case, but I didn't tell her just the other day because, like, I don't want to break her heart again. But we explained to her that she has to take the driver test, that Gloria... She's mad because Gloria got hers reinstated, and Annette doesn't understand why hers can't be reinstated, because Annette used to have a driver's license. But it was like 10 years ago. You can't reinstate it. So Annette's very upset about the fact that they're reinstating Gloria's, but not hers. So we're trying to get her to understand the difference, but she's just not happy with that answer. So we'll see how that goes in a couple of days. I hope she's not too upset, but she's been doing really good. We've been giving her... Not in the last couple of days because she already did it, but the other day we gave her $40 to go get her own cigarettes, and she bought 3 packs. She hasn't gone through those 3 packs yet, but we're going to start just having her do it. So she goes down there, she buys the 3 packs, and then keeps the change for whatever she wants to do. If she wants to go into Walgreens, if she wants to go to the that's the only places she goes. Now we know. Back in the past, we didn't know where she was going to go, what she was going to do, if she was going to, do something bad with the money, getting on drugs. But that's not the case anymore. Now, all she's going to do is go to the Walgreens there and buy herself whatever she wants in the Walgreens and whatever she wants. But and then she bought bar soap and I don't know what else, probably some snacks or something. All I saw was the bar soap, but I don't know what else she got, And I just saw like it was in her room, and I knew we didn't buy it. And I was like, she must have got that. And we had bar soap. She just wanted it. It was just nothing like special either. It was just like, like the Irish Spring or something, She's just funny. She's just, wants to go get little things. So we didn't want to take that away from her, but we had to for a minute when she would, in the past, go downtown and, get on drugs. But now that, I don't think that would ever happen again. I think that's so far from her mind. It's been 2 years, so I don't even think she thinks about that again. But she goes there or she goes to the little coffee shop right there. And they're both in the same area. It's all in the same area. the Walgreens where she gets her cigarettes and the coffee shop. And she doesn't get her cigarettes at the Walgreens. It's more expensive. We're cheap. She gets them at there's a little casino called Dottie's. It's tiny casino. It's like one of those words. I don't know why they even call it a casino. I guess they can call it a casino if it has games, if it has machines. But it's like way smaller than this house, the size of a casino, you know. And you go in there and there's a little counter and you get the cigarettes. And if you buy 3 at a time, it's cheaper than buying them individually. So we tell her to get. So she loves it. So she still has a little change, so she could still go and get something if she wants. But she enjoys that, having that freedom. And we didn't want to ever take that away, but we had to for a second for her own well-being. And I'm glad we did, because she was, you know, getting on meth every day, and she didn't want to do that. She just didn't know any better, you know. So now we're kind of like, she has new habits. So she gets really excited to go. Oh, and yesterday, Richard got Gloria and Annette a coffee. We've been kind of like almost getting them a coffee every day, but only like one, because we thought about, okay, maybe we let them have their coffee back. But like, you can really see the difference with Annette with the coffee. And then I go, you know what? It'd be better let them have one nice coffee a day than be drinking, you know, this pot of like crappy coffee, and then that gets Annette berserk. So if they want to have a nice coffee and they're really enjoying that, so like Gloria gets like a mocha and Annette gets like a latte. And that makes them happy. So we haven't done it every day, but we've done it almost every day. And that seems to kind of get both of them in a good mood, but then not over the top. Because with Annette, too much caffeine and she's off to the races again. So we can't really just have them like making coffee all day. But I think 1 cup seems to be working out okay for both of them. And I really like that because, you know, it might be a little more expensive that way to go buy those expensive coffees every day, but I think, you know, 1 a day for each of them is something that they really enjoy. And unless they don't want it, you know, we always ask them. But it seems to be working out pretty well. And Annette really loves when she can go get it herself too. But then when she goes and gets it, then she can't bring it for Gloria. So she also likes going with Rich, so they bring it back for Gloria, and then she likes bringing it because she's not going to walk back with 2 coffees. You know, it's a far walk. But she'll walk with her one. She gets actually just an iced one. So that's easier. But Gloria, she gets the hot one. So that's harder to walk, you know, and you probably spill it. But yeah, she's just feeling a lot more independent. When I do the laundry now, if she's in her room, I don't go in there anymore. Like I said, I used to go in there and she always felt a little awkward when I'd be hanging, but for a while that kind of needed to be done. But now she knows, like, Richard always likes to say that I created like a structure. So now like they can kind of do the structure, like, you know, she needs a little help with the structure, but there's like a structure. So like I'll come in with all the folded clothes and I'll say, oh, here, Nat, here's your clean clothes. And then she knows where to put them in her closet now, where before she wouldn't even know what to do with them. So she does it, and so she likes that. But if she's not in her room, I'll go put them away. But and when she's not in there, I'll go, you know, tidy it up. But when she's in her room now, I'll just hand it to her. I say, oh, Nat, here, I did some laundry. Here's your clean clothes. And then she takes them and then she puts them away, you know, and things like that. Like, she just never would have done that in the future, in the past. So, so it's just really good to see her just have this independence and feel a real sense of, like, you know, Richard says, like, when I'm gone, she'll even throw her own clothes in the laundry, which that's amazing to me. I'm so happy with that. You know, good for her. Because those are just things that, like, they sound like simple tasks, but it's just something she never would have done. You know what I mean? She didn't know to do it. She was never taught to do it. You know what I mean? She just didn't dream of doing that. You know what I mean? And just simple little things that give her pride of, like, oh, I'm, you know, and people aren't having to take care of me kind of thing, you know? Like, she likes trying to tidy up her room a little bit, especially when I'm gone. She'll try to make her bed a bit. I'll do it when I'm here, you know, because she likes it the way I do it. I don't go in there if she's in there, you know, on any level. So I only tie up her room when she's not home. Which I try to be quick, because she doesn't leave for very long anyway. She used to go on these long walks, and I get in there and, you know, vacuum in there and getting in there, cleaning really good. But now I'm like, try to be as quick as possible. I barely can get in there to vacuum because she'll be back. And then she goes in her room, closes the door. So her room is her private space. We really try to give her as much of, like, her own just, like, private time that ever she needs, you know, like, because Annette, she likes people, but she also doesn't like to be around people at the same token. You know what I mean? Like, she's very social and says hi and friendly, but then she likes to be by herself too. So too much interaction, and she doesn't like that. Like she's like, leave me alone kind of thing at some point. So it's kind of nice because we all kind of have our own space, and everyone was always like, oh, you guys took Gloria's room. One thing, Gloria wasn't ever using this room before we lived here. The room was always for storage. That's where her husband died, and literally the spot I'm sleeping. And the same box frame. We have different mattress with the same box frame. He died. And there's like a dip in the bed because he was dying in that bed of cancer for like 4 years in that bed. So it's like, it sags. I'm sleeping in like a sag where Richard's father died. And Gloria didn't want to be in there. So, I mean, that's like, he died there. So as soon as he died, she never really slept in that room ever again. I mean, that room just became storage. She always was sleeping on the couch even before we lived here. And that room was the worst room in the house. Like it was the most infested with bed bugs and mice because no one was in there, so they just took over. And there was so much crap in there. You couldn't walk in the room. I mean, when we first got there, we had to move things. You were to walk in there. You couldn't walk. It was just, storage. And the toilet didn't work, and the sink didn't work, and the shower didn't work. So there was no use to the bathroom. They only used the other one. And so when people try to act like we took Gloria's room in any way, for one thing, we saved Gloria's house. Without us, she would be without a house. She wouldn't have a house at all. So she wouldn't have a room or a roof over her head. So the idea, oh, you took Gloria's room is just like such narrow-minded thinking too, because I don't know why people think that like it's so awful to live with family. Like I feel like the more I live here, I'm like, we really should be living with family. This thing of like having others take care of our older relatives while we all live in different homes, it's like, why don't we live together? I remember when I was a kid and when my grandma moved in, I actually really liked that. She moved in when I was 10, but only for like a year. And then she moved out because my stepdad, because he pointed a gun at her. This is the one that I, question what happened with my mom. Maybe you can see. So she disowned my mom, and I never saw her again until my mom's funeral, but like 10 years later. But I liked it. I liked having like grandma around because my grandpa had died, and like I liked it. Like I liked having like the 3 generations. I remember it was me, my mom, and grandma. Like I was like, it kind of felt like that's how life should be. And it's just weird that we never want to live with our loved ones. And I know we would have never moved in here. We had no plan ever to move in with Gloria, ever. I mean, we were just never. I mean, even when we ended up here at first, we still weren't going to live here. We kept trying to leave. We're like, no, this is not going to work. It's a 2-bedroom, and there's just too many 4 adults in a 2-bedroom, But the longer I'm here, the more I'm like, I'm glad we're in a small space. I'm glad we're not like too far apart from each other. Richard wants to get a bigger place in the future if we get different jobs, but that'll probably happen in the future. Not probably with this job, but when we get other jobs in the future. But I kind of like being in a small little place. Just I know it sucks that Gloria doesn't have a room, but even if Gloria had a room, you know what she would do? She would put stuff in her room, and then she would still be in the living room. You know what I mean? Like she would just store her stuff in there, which would be nice. Then she wouldn't have her stuff, like a closet in the living room. But that part would be nice. But I don't think she would still sleep in her room, because Gloria is not someone that wants to be closed into a room. She actually wants to be where everyone is. So she puts herself, where people are constantly walking past her. That's how she's always been. Gloria is very social. So Gloria is the opposite of like me and Annette, where we want to be in the back room and close the door and, be left to ourselves. Gloria wants to be where like everyone walks by and, at least she sees everybody for a minute, whether she even says anything or not, just like there's people, instead of being like in your room and not even interacting with anyone. So she's always been more like, I want to hang in the kitchen or the living room. That's just all the time I've ever known her. Even when in Richard's place, when we lived in Portland, Gloria moved in for a couple months, and she lived on the couch then too. And there was a guest room. There was a full guest room that was very nice. It had everything that it had even a computer in there, and a desk and a dresser and a closet and a bed and blankets and sheets. And everything was ready to go. And it was clean and everything. And because Richard had a very clean place. Gloria is the messy one. Richard's place was very clean until his mom moved in, and then it started to become a disaster. I had seen it clean for many years because I knew him before, and then once Gloria moved in, it got dirtier and dirtier. In the couple months she was there, but she's getting better. Gloria's getting much cleaner now. She doesn't. Gosh, I got something like right on my tail. Could be we got like some geckos out here. So yeah, so she even then slept on the couch. And there was a dog then, so she would sleep on the couch with the dog, Koki. Him and Gloria would sleep on the couch. And Gloria would watch, back then she was watching like Hell's Kitchen all the time. I remember that. And she'd fall asleep watching Hell's Kitchen on the couch with the dog. It was pretty cute. We would take photos. It was pretty cute back in the day. The dog would be like right there. It's pretty cute. That dog was so cute. He was, his name was Koki, Koki. And he was a Bashan and King Charles mix, which is that the right brand? Yeah, which are just the cutest. So if I'm saying the right dog, the King Charles are the ones with the brown and white that they're like have the floppy ears and they're super cute. They're like spotted.
Okay, it's been 1 hour and 10 minutes or so.
Okay, is it getting too hot out here?
No, that's really nice.
I'll chat a minute long. But what is the time for
Oh,
you?
I got plenty of time. I just finished your breakfast.
Oh, you finished my breakfast.
That's all ready to go.
Okay, then I'll end pretty.
Breakfast now.
I'll end pretty soon. He made my breakfast. Oh, I'm so excited. Yay. Oh, Richard. Richard, if he comes back, I want him to put paper towel on my burgers, keep them sealed in the heat. Richard, if you hear me, come back. Whatever. He'll be fine. I like putting let me tell him, putting the paper towel, hold on, I'll be right back. Putting the paper towel over the burgers and they can seal in the heat. Richard, you here? Richard? Oh yeah, there they are. Here, I want you to put paper towel over it so they seal in the heat. Are those mine right there?
Yeah, those are yours.
Okay, let me seal in the heat. I'm gonna put it in the back room. I'm gonna go out and talk to everybody. I'm coming, you guys. Hold on, I know I'm leaving you stranded out there. I like to seal in the heat of my burgers. If I'm gonna eat them later, then it keeps them nice and moist. So Richard had a girlfriend before me. Not her name. Well, I don't even tell her name, but she hated the word moist. She thought that was like such a sexual word. I'm like, well, it can be a sexual word, but it's also just a word to describe a lot of things. You know? Like, especially food. You know, like, especially meat. You're like, oh, that's really moist. You know what I mean? That means, you know, it's not like hard and crusty, you know? But every time I say that word, I think, because I guess it was like a big deal. Like, you know, we've talked about all of our past relationships, you know, in long detail of everything. So you get to know, when you've been together for 13 years, every little thing of like things like, yeah, she hated the word moist, you know, and I could never say the word moist, you know. And I actually dated a guy that, when I was in the Air Force, his name was Steve. One of my first boyfriends, really. Because I had a boyfriend when I was a junior in high school from the church. Not even from high school. Never dated someone from my high school. Or any school. I never dated anyone from school. I dated a guy from the church. And that was my only boyfriend when I was 16. And it was only for like a month or something that I broke up with him. He was like devastated. My mom wanted me to marry him. His dad was a Olympic gold medal gymnast. And he was like Olympic level gymnast and snowboarding. Short guy and played the guitar very well, but I don't know. I was just like, I mean, he was very talented, but I did not want to marry this guy. And my mom was like, oh, you gotta marry this guy. I was like, my first boyfriend? You want me to marry my first boyfriend? No. But anyways, so I think the second boyfriend after that was in the Air Force. His name was Steve. And these are like, you know, not sexual boyfriends. This is, you know, you just, you know, holding hands and maybe kiss or something, you know. And he did not like if you described what you were gonna do when you had to go to the bathroom. Like if you say I have to pee, could you just say you have to use the ladies' room? Yes, I could. But then you might think I have to poop, and I want you to know that I have to pee. Girls want to say they have to pee so people don't think you're like over there taking a big poop or something. You just have to go pee. I don't know. That's what girls say that, I feel like. But he hated that. Oh, and I'm going to think about that. This is ridiculous. What can you just say after you use the ladies' room? And like, a couple weird things like that. I forget. This guy was like, had some really weird little things. That was like a month I did that guy too. Nah. No, thank you. I don't like when people are too uptight about stuff. Bothers them so much if you say the word pee or moist. There's more important things in the world. My sister loses her mind if you say the word irregardless. Because it's not a word. It's supposed to be regardless, not irregardless. She hates that. She thinks you're like attacking her if you say that word. Well, you just forget. You know? Most people don't think about that much. It's like, oh my god, you're just trying to piss me off by saying that word. I'm like, no, honestly, I didn't even, that word doesn't like sit in my brain all the time. It's so irrelevant. Sorry, it wasn't intentional. So my sister texted me back again. So like we had texted and then she was gonna text me back, but then I fell asleep. So she texted like 7 something. And I didn't wake up till really late, you know, for her, you know. I woke up too late. 10 or 11 too late for my sister, because she's, you know, she's a school teacher, so I don't want to start texting her late night on a school night. So I responded this morning finally, but yeah, it's good to touch base, you know. We're very different. I don't ever see us being like super close, nor were we ever, even though we were like I said, I was talking about yesterday. We're as close as two people can be without being close. If that makes sense, we're super close if you were to like put us together and like if we were to like, you know, reminisce of like childhood, you know what I mean? And we have like a lot of fun memories and stuff. But like as far as like our interests in life have never been close. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, if like you put us together, like we get along, we're sisters, you know, like I remember that. You know, and we're the only two that know a lot of the memories that we have, you know, because it was just the two of us and my mom for the most part, you know, like a lot of memories were just me, my sister, and my mom, and so my mom's gone, so it's just my sister is the only one that knows these things, so like there's always that connection, like it's just like that will never go away, and people always try to act like they're talking to my sister. I'm like, good luck, I can't even barely get my sister on the phone. She's just too busy. And busy with just like life. Like my sister just busies herself. You couldn't even probably tell you what she's doing other than just like working, taking care of the boys, and just like she's just busy, always doing something. And she has no interest in like, I mean, I can barely get her to watch like a 30-second video. It took her like a while to watch like the 30-second video about my mom, because she's like, oh, I'll get to it when I get a chance. You know, I'm busy at work. And just like to like stop and watch a 30-second video. So when people are like, oh, I've been talking to your sister on social media, I'm like, yeah, fat chance. It just makes me laugh. Same with my dad. If you could get my dad on social media, that would be amazing. That guy, not a chance. My stepmom, she'll be on there. Yeah, you could be talking to her. People could be talking to her, but she wouldn't either. But she would, but wouldn't. You know what I mean? She would in the sense that she doesn't really like me, but she wouldn't in the sense of like she don't like you guys either. You know, it's like, who are you guys? You know what I mean? It'd be like, so people would try to think that they can go like talk to people in my past and get them to talk shit about me. It's probably not gonna happen, because for one thing, I've always been a good person. Just because people are mad at me or don't talk to me does not mean they think I'm a bad person. Like my family knows I'm a good person, and they always have. And you know, even if I've yelled at them, you know, enjoy. And getting upset or something, you know, but it's like they know deep down I have a good heart, and they know that I'm here taking care of my new family. They know I'm not just like wasting my life away. People like to think that like my family's disappointed with my job choice. They honestly don't care. They really don't care. As long as I'm just doing what I want to do. I mean, they don't really want to be a part of it, if that makes sense. That's kind of, it's kind of just too weird for them, and this is like, they don't really know how to deal with that, but they don't really care in the sense of like, oh my god, they're so worried about my well-being, or they think I should change my job. They're like, that's what you want to do. I mean, it's like, I'm 40 years old, you know what I mean? And by the time I left, like with Richard, I was already what, like 26, 27, 28, I forget what year, how old was I in 2012? If I was born in 85, however old I was, I mean, it was not a child anymore, you know, and my mom had already died and my brother had already died. So like I was even more of less a child than other people, you know, but then they were maybe a little bit more like, you know, they didn't want me to kind of just never talk to them again because like, I just took off, but they didn't try either. Does that make sense? They, like, if they really cared, like my parents never called me. They never tried. Like, it's not my parents and sisters. My mom would. This is my dad and stepmom, and sister. In like 10 years, they never like lifted up the phone to call me. So, and they had my number, you know. So it was just kind of one of those things. My family, I think, as long as you're doing what works for you, they might hate on you in the sense of like talk crap at a family function about, oh, what Joy's up to. I don't even think they talk about me anymore. I think they've literally moved on probably as a family. My family cuts people out and they don't really like continue talking about them. It's just like move on, you know. So I don't think I'm brought up anymore, but I know for many years I was probably brought up. But at this point, they're just like, whatever, you're living your life, you know, and they're living theirs. So they kind of prefer me to just stay away because when I, in the past, have come around, I've been more volatile to them in the sense of the kids, like I was angry. And now I'm not angry anymore, so it's just kind of like, whatever. But I just don't think any of us really want to be around each other. It's the crazy thing is, like, I really liked my mom, and I like my dad and sister, but I don't have anything in common with my dad and sister. Like, our interests are not the same, and neither are theirs. Like, everyone has their, like, my dad likes to ride bicycles, and he's an x-ray tech, and likes to read books. And that's about it, and drink his whiskey. My sister is a school teacher with 3 kids, 3 little boys, and she likes just, like, I don't even know what my sister, probably just at this point, probably doesn't even have any hobbies, just works and takes care of her kids, you know? And I don't think they're, like, sitting around thinking about, like, what I'm up to on any level, really, ever, except for, like, maybe on my mom's birthday. But I prefer it that way. I mean, I don't want my family, like, just, like, thinking about me all day. Let them think about themselves, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I don't know. And we were close. We were a very close family, but we also are very people that can be close and then can kind of cut people off. So like it's easy for me at times to cut people out rather than to actually have to deal with them at times, you know, but I'm trying to not do that as much. But with my family, I've tried to kind of make it be more than it is, and it just can't be more than it is. It just really can just be like where we check in once in a while, but we tried to like actually meet up, and it just like, in theory it sounded good, but as it got closer, it was just like, we can't meet up with them. I mean, it's just so many, it's just like life has just gone so many different ways than theirs. It's just, they're never gonna understand me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just too different than my family. And so like, and then by not understanding, they kind of judge me, and I'm like, I don't know. And they'll try to be like, oh no, we don't judge you. Whenever says they don't judge you, they're judging you, because they already like have made it. Oh, I'm not judging. Most people that don't judge don't even think about that. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't judge, you don't think about if you're judging or not. But people that judge go, oh, I didn't judge you. Yes, you did. That's why you just made the statement. You're exactly judging me. So, I just prefer to kind of just honestly keep to myself with my family here, and then kind of keep to myself in New York and doing things. People are like, oh, Joy doesn't have a lot of friends. By choice. Like, I used to have a lot of friends, but friends usually are just kind of like people that in some way you're all kind of like helping each other in some way or another, you know what I mean? But like once like friends, it's like a lot of friends are like with someone because they're cooler than them, or that person, you know, is more successful, or they, you know, whatever, you know, it's like they're kind of, and then if you're the friend that is the more successful or the one, well, then everyone's kind of just using you, you know what I mean? Like a lot of, because you have your family, and I mean, when you're young, you have friends, but once you have a family, it's weird, like when you have kids, like I don't have kids, but now I have, you know, like once me and Richard got here, we feel like we're a couple with kids, you know what I mean? Because prior to living here, we were more like a single couple, which I call a single couple, one's not kids, you know what I mean? Whereas once we moved in here, we now feel like the couple that has like children, even though, you know, it's Gloria and Annette and a bunny, but we feel very, you know, settled. we don't feel the need to, like let's just say like here, I wouldn't ever feel the desire to go to a bar or something, or go, have a drink somewhere, or go to a restaurant or something like that. It'd just be like, we're home, you know what I mean? But in New York, I'm walking past restaurants, bars, and I'm there by myself, and it's go in this restaurant. Like I went to this one pub when I was there last time, which I really had a good time, and I wouldn't do that here. And I went in there and I had a cider in there, and I had a burger, and there was live music, and it was a good time. But like here, what a dream of going. Even if like the most famous person in the world was at that, and they said to go down there, I'd be like, do I really? I forget, right? It's just a different vibe. But friends is the same thing. So when you're young and when you don't have a family, friends are awesome, because friends are who you go hang out with. You know what I mean? Friends make life not so lonely, And like I said, usually one person is getting more benefit than the other. I was usually the friend that everyone took advantage of, and like watching everybody's kids and doing everything for them. But I didn't mind, because you're like, whatever, it gave me something to do. But Richard kind of pointed out to me, most of my friends were me just doing favors for them. Like a lot of my friends are bartenders and cocktail waitresses, and they had children, and they'd be like, oh, well, I'm working, you watch my kids? And I'd be like, sure. For free always, paid. But it was just things like that, where I was just always everyone's like babysitter and stuff. And it was just kind of like, I never really minded, but it was like, is that really a friend, or is that just someone getting a free babysitter? You know what I mean? Like, so, because like, once you're not wanting to do what that person wants, they're not really like, if you can't babysit their kids anymore, then they're probably not going to have you over their house anymore. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't babysit anymore. Ooh, then yeah, I don't think you can come over. So I don't know. But when you're young, you definitely need friends, because you don't have like that. You have your family, but you're not gonna hang with your family. You don't hang with your family when you're young. Your married family is more the one you hang with when you get married. But when you're young, that family, yeah, of course you want to have your friends, get away from your family. But yeah, the older I get, the less I'm like, but I do enjoy contacting people. Does that make sense? So like I consider people my friends through social media. So like I consider my friends the people on social media. But an in-person friend, I don't have any of those. But now I'm starting to realize I don't really need that. I really enjoy, so like I talk to people like Beth Adone on Telegram and stuff. Like I consider her a really good friend, but like, she's not an in-person friend. You know what I mean? We're, and I think that's the way that maybe the world's moving. Maybe less of in-person friends, maybe more of social media friends. I do like social media friends. I like that because it gives me enough of like, where you get to do your thing, I get to do my thing, but we're still kind of together. You know what I mean? But maybe not where we're like having to orchestrate, we're meeting at the same place and have to get all ready or whatever, You guys don't have to get ready at all for hanging out with me. I have to try to get ready a little bit before I come home vlog, but not much. I'm on pajamas where, if I went to the store, I'd probably still be in my pajamas. I wore these in New York. These are the ones I wore in New York, and I'm going to wear again. I've been trying to get a new pair of pajamas, and it's been flop after flop after flop. I have 3 things I got to return today, all flops. That's why we're buying stuff right now, because I only have 8 days left. So I'll figure out what's a flop before I go to New York, and then we get everything returned. I love Amazon. And if you return it back to your Amazon credits, like within 2 hours. It's fabulous. But if you want it back to your original payment, then it takes, sometimes a couple business days. But it's great if you're like, sure, just put it back to the Amazon because you're going to order something else. Like in 2 hours, I got your credit back. It's fabulous. So we got to Whole Foods. I finally went to Kohl's. So I finally went to Kohl's the other day. Dropped off all those things. And they had those back like so fast. I thought those were going to be something that was going to take a while to get the money back, because sometimes they have to ship something before you get your money back. No, it was like within like 2 hours. Great. The world, technology is very great in some ways. So Richard's trying to get me to do more of this Discord. Oh, so bad. I don't know why. New things are so funky for me. Like I'm not technology stupid. I act like I am. I'm not. But I don't like learning new things when it comes to technology, if that makes sense. Which that makes me a little bit stupider, in the sense of, the less you learn. But I actually am very good with computers, but I have a resistance to want to learn like more. I'll be like, I'm good. I don't want to learn another app. We're just like, geez, Joy. I'm really like one of those old people. I'm good. I know enough apps. I don't want to learn another one. Like, it's just silly. So I'm trying to be more flexible, but I do get really stuck in the like. I still love the platform of Twitter, even though as X has just gone down the toilet. But somehow their platform is the one I feel the most comfortable posting. So I still post over there quite a bit, even though there's like no point. I mean, we're never gonna make money over there. There's never, nor have we ever tried or thought we would. And most, I have some handful of fans over there, but you know, for the amount of years I've been doing it, it's like nothing. It's like 1,000 fans, maybe, if that. I don't even think it's 1,000 yet. But something about like, because that's the original one I used. But originally I used MySpace, but then I used Facebook, the original Facebook. I like the old Facebook when you make your whole page. Oh, no, that was MySpace. Both of them, I think, but definitely MySpace. MySpace, yeah, you made your whole page. And then I think Facebook let you do that for a minute too. And now Facebook is more like the other ones. But I don't like Facebook at all. Or Instagram. But I'll go on, I still call it Twitter because X is stupid. But it's just, I never look at anyone else's stuff. I mean, the whole thing where they got rid of like, where you can't see what other people heart, it kind of takes away the hearting thing in the first place thing. Because what used to be cool is if a celebrity hearted your thing, then you might get some exposure. But if no one can see the celebrity hearted your thing, then what's the point? Because they have to repost. The chance of getting a repost is so rare. So it's like they took away everything, and then now everyone just can get their own check marks. So the whole thing just went down the toilet. But I still like the structure of the way that you post the best. And everyone's got their one they like the best. Somebody on this stupid Reddit nonsense. I mean, talk about 100 years old, that platform. And then, what's the other one y'all are using these days? Oh, I can't stand TikTok. TikTok, we get tons of views, but we just don't like it. It's weird, like Instagram and TikTok, we can get tons of views, but we've never liked those platforms at all. Like, and we'll be like, oh, we're getting views, but it doesn't feel the same. Like, it feels like fake. It feels like no one of like any value that's ever looking at your stuff on those platforms. Whereas like when you go on YouTube and you get views, that feels like valid. And even Twitter, not as much anymore. We used to feel a little more valid, but YouTube always felt the most valid. Like, oh, if you're getting views on YouTube, then that's good, Whereas Twitter, TikTok is like, who is viewing this? Because you can get like so many views and it just be like, it's not worth anything though, Like, I don't mean like dollar, I mean just like, you get like a gazillion views on one video and the next video you get like nothing. It's just, I don't know how because they're just kind of like cycling it around. You're not as much going to people's like pages, profiles. So like you might get one video that really gets circulated. Like one of mine went viral. Oh gosh, I went on TikTok, this is in 2020, I think, or 2019. I thought TikTok was like this great app of like, oh my gosh, I can do my karaoke now. I thought, oh my gosh, because the issue was I was doing karaoke, but you weren't allowed to have the songs. The songs were copyrighted. So I thought, oh, Rich, they made me an app that I can do my karaoke because you can do the songs. And I thought it was the best thing. I did about 20 videos in a row, just every karaoke song I knew, like every song I knew by heart. And I was doing different outfits, and I was just having the best time. I thought this is the best app in the whole world. And then I was like, wow, I'm really going viral. And I think that at first it's good. I don't look at anyone's comments. Oh my gosh, I think, oh, everybody's just loving it. And I'm like, oh, this is great. And then like a couple days into it, I start looking at the comments, and it's like horrific. Like they're like, oh my God, can someone tell Karen this isn't for karaoke? What is going on with this old lady thinks this is a karaoke app? Going on and like everything is like, why do we get this Karen off of here? And just like, I'm like, oh, now I'm embarrassed. Like I was like literally like the old lady that they were like, who brought grandma over? Who brought their mom's friend over? Like everything. I was like, oh, that's not what this app is for? And then I start looking, and people have these like insanely elaborate videos that they literally spend like 9 years making. Oh, excuse me. We're not gonna do that. Spend 9 hours on a 1 minute video. I mean, some of those videos that are like a minute, you're like, how many hours did you spend to make that 1 minute video? The ones like jumping in the clothes and things, all these crazy dances that they do perfect and stuff. I'm just like, no. So I did my karaoke, and that was the end of that. That was not what it's for. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna head in. Let's see. We'll get Rich out here, because he has to go in a little bit to the eye doctor, and we're hopefully gonna get everybody's glasses ordered soon. So I don't know what this. He has to go get his prescription, but I don't know if this appointment is where he can accomplish getting, because he's gonna bring the prescriptions. He'll have all three now, Gloria and Annette, and his. So I don't know when is the point where he can order the glasses, but he's gonna do that. Worst case, we'll just order it online. But he was gonna try to do it at the place, get their glasses that way, because I think that insurance covers some of them. So we're gonna see, and ones that aren't covered, we'll pay for. But if you can get it for free, you might as well try, right? I'm always like, just pay for it, who cares? But he's always like, if you get it for free, just at least try. Okay, fine. It just takes so much longer, everyone's waiting. But, all right, you guys, is he coming out here to, I probably bring it in. Or is he coming? Sometimes I don't know if he's listening. If he's listening, he'll come out here and then, take over. But he's probably not listening. So, let's pack up the goodies here. I have my umbrella, my chair. And we're gonna head inside. So you're not really supposed to leave any. Oh, here he comes. Here he is. There he is. Oh, I like your style. Do you want to sit here 5 seconds and talk to them?
Not really. Come on,
It's pretty comfortable right here. Here, you need your microphone. All right, it's you. Yeah, you're taking over. No, I'm done.
Oh, good.
I'm good. What time is it?
It's like 8:45.
Oh,
I have to leave here about 10:30, so I have like a couple hours. What's up? How's everybody doing today? What's up? How's everybody doing today? Let me turn off the... Yo, okay, so I guess we're not doing this, okay. Hey, who's in the room? C-Wag? Is that it? What's up, C-Wag? Great. That's exactly what I was hoping. I come in from a long night of writing, cooking, cleaning, and come home to C-Wag. Hi, honey. I'm home.
yeah, I could use some weed.
What's up, C-Wag?
How was fun out there?
Good morning, Tori.
Oh. Thank you, everybody. Have a good time.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
It's on sale. Oh, it smells nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, was it a good one? Is it? I mean, sometimes those ones on sale suck,
This is a Yankee one.
but sometimes the Yankee ones suck that are on sale.
It smells fabulous.
Well, hello, BB. Geez, we've been together for how long now? I think are we coming up on a 1-year anniversary, BB?
Oh, were you looking for a certain one that you don't have?
No, I'm trying to find a new one.
Oh, it's right here. Up at the top.
Which one? Oh, okay, that's the one. Okay, never mind. It's too late. I already did it anyway. I already took care of it. $120 gone. What happened? How'd you lose $120?
I put it up here because I thought you'd be able to see. It's up at here.
You threw away the 100.
This is where your new one is, up at the top.
Okay, got it. I'm on the stream right now. I got it. I see it. Yeah, $120 gone on that? That is fucking crazy. I know. Why'd she throw it away, C-Wag? Did she think you didn't know no more? Forget about Brie Larson, C-Wag. I'm worried about Brie Olson.
Yeah, whatever happened to her?
Well, you're the one you troll Brie Olson once in a while.
Oh, not anymore. The last I saw, because we used to watch her on Periscope, but the last I saw, she did her own website, but that was like 2019.
Go hit the mute on my Mac.
Okay.
Behind you. Thank you. So, how was the chat? I'm very bossy. I am extremely bossy. That is correct. Lawful repent. I call it dibs on band name. What bandian? Lawful repent, man. It's called the Lawful Repent. Give a shout out to Taylor. You got it, buddy. Taylor the Great. Let's do it. Cheatham, Dewey, and Howe. No. But I can't. No, I can't. But I can sing. You gotta know when to fold 'em. Gotta know when to hold 'em. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You never count your money. Sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. I'm sure that'll get clipped.
Oh, make sure to tell them I'm gonna be in New York for your dad, the anniversary of your dad's.
I tell you what, that would be something you should tell them because that's a weird thing for me just to bring up. Okay. Do you want to keep talking?
No.
Okay, good. Because I'm cooking out there. I'm cooking the pork chops.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I'm about to eat my breakfast, so I need to go and eat my breakfast.
Hey, Spirit of New Orleans, you're old school. The Spirit's been here a long time. You thought you'd been sober, a little sad, but y'all still make. Hey, Sarah. Well, you didn't know we smoked weed? I didn't know you knew that. Well, we don't really consider weed. Okay, let's put it this way. If Matthew T called me up and he said, "Bro, dude, I want to relapse right now, and I want to throw down. I want to call some girls, and I want to get a big pound of weed," I would be like, I mean, it doesn't really sound like a party to me. But if you said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna get a case of booze. I'm gonna get a bunch of whatever, and we're just gonna party for like a week. And the last thing we're gonna do is smoke weed," then I'd say that sounds like a party. I thought you quit was all. I smoke hard. Oh, well, we didn't quit smoking weed. We ran out of money. So last summer, we ran out of money because every summer it gets really tight here. But last summer was worse. So we decided to stop buying weed, which basically meant you stop smoking it because but people started giving us free weed. So that worked out.
As soon as we got money, we buy it again.
And then as soon as business picked back up, we were driving back to New York or something, I started smoking like a pound of weed again a day. I freaking love you, Sarah. I was the fourth person to subscribe. Man, I highly doubt that. I remember my first 10 subscribers. It was weird. I'm almost positive they were, what do you call them? Those, like the bots that come through? Free weed used to be good, but the problem is that I have such a tolerance now that it's like, I don't like to ever look a gift horse in the mouth, but often when you get free weed, it's like, I mean, rarely have I ever been like, whoa, this is great free weed. No, man, 2022, baby. Uh, 2010, man, is when I should have started the channel, and I should have shown you guys what I was doing. You would have been all of you would have been very, very amused by that. You've been very, very, I would have been so impressive. You would have all been impressed. I was all about impressions. I was really good at it, by the way. But now it's a different story, like how you appear and your impression, that is surface level. And that's why, like a lot of I have a friend that literally, I don't think he's had a job longer than 2 years in his entire life. And I've known him because I've got him two of his first jobs after he left, I got him out of IBM. Well, he left IBM, but this is in the 90s. I got him 2 jobs after that. No, wait. Maybe I got him his first job before IBM. I can't remember. Jeez, this is a long time ago. Anyways, point is that he's very talented and whatnot, but maintaining a job longer than 2 years is almost impossible because of what I was just saying. What life events, bro? Oh, I am a very serious person. I'm a very, very serious person. But the thing is that you get you kind of get the full perspective of things, and suddenly you start to, well, depending on what you're looking at. Like in my vision, I'm imagining a forest, for my analogy. So imagine, like, you just wake up one day and you're in the middle of a forest. Like, you're in the forest. You don't know it's a forest because all you see are the trees around you. You don't realize you're in a forest. You could be on a mountain. You could be on an island. You don't know. You're surrounded by trees and dirt, but you assume you're in a forest because of what you see. But as you get older, right? It's like you grow up and you step beyond that forest, and then, like, you get bigger, basically. So you start looking down on the trees. You start looking down, like, realizing, like, okay, yeah, that's a big, scary forest, but from up here, I can see the forest ends, and wow, you know what? There's a desert over there, and there's a lake over there. There's all sorts of shit going on. And in fact, this forest kind of sucks. But the forest doesn't suck. The forest is actually really awesome. You just think it sucks because it's all you knew. And you're like, an ocean is way better. A desert is way better. These, those mountains with the white peaks are way better because you only saw a forest for forever. That's what you thought the whole world was, a forest. And then when you started seeing these mountains and peaks and everything, you said, whoa, you liked it just the same reason that a guy who's been married for 20 years suddenly gets attracted to another woman that he just met. It's because he thinks it's better because it's different. But then, just like the guy who, circumvents his own relationship, leaves the forest to go climb the mountain, gets up on the summit and realizes, geez, it's freaking cold up here. There's no trees, there's no water, it sucks. And then he realizes, shit, I should go back to the forest.
Are you still cooking something?
Yeah, but it's cooking. Look, I got that stuff. Let me do this. And I do a lot, I multitask a lot of things. So, Joy gets mad because she always tries to ask me what I'm doing. It's like, by the time I explain her what there's so many layers on shit that I do sometimes. It's just like, just don't worry about it. It's more easier to say, don't worry about it, it's taken care of. I've been on top of several mountains. Anybody from California here? Is there anybody from Washington here? State. No. It is Wednesday. We are behind. It is too late. It is no time to slow down. McIntosh, if you feel like I'm going too fast, it's because you're going too slow. It's time to speed it up, bro, and it's no time to look back. What I'm saying is that you realize is that the forest is nothing. You realize that the mountain is nothing. You realize all of it kind of sucks. Texas and Montana, that's what I'm saying. Portland, right on. Okay, my dad has climbed Mountain Hood. Have you guys ever heard of Mountain Hood? My dad's been to the top of that, as have my grandparents. That mountain is 11,000 something square feet. You have to look it up to double check. Mountain is about 11,000. So the summit. I didn't climb that one because it was really in my backyard. Again, it was kind of the forest thing. I was like, that seems kind of lame. I looked at it my entire life. I climbed Mount Shasta, which I believe is 14,000 feet in the air. And then I also climbed Mount Rainier, which I believe is about 12,000. Rich looks like a Portlandian. Yeah, keep it weird, bro. Actually, I'm from a small town in West Lynn. I mean, my mom and dad my dad, like, basically went to I went to high school where my dad went to high school.
And where your grandma taught.
And where my grandmother taught. And my dad basically lived his entire life, like, 2 miles away from where he grew up and where, I mean, we were just, I mean, my point is that I left the forest. I left the forest to come out and see what was going on. And in order to do so, I had to leave everything behind. And by doing so, you know, well, I left, it'd be like the people that left England back, you know, to come to America, you know. You can only carry what you have with you. So, like, all the stuff that I had or any properties you had, anything you had are gone. And that's what I did because I wanted to see something beyond running a hardware store that was 1 mile from the hardware store that my dad owned and ran. That was 1 mile away from where he grew up, 1 mile away from where the high school was, 1 mile away from I'd be like basically selling products to people I went to high school with and their kids, which I know sounds like the field of dreams dream for a lot of people, and it probably would have been, but I don't know. I had a pioneer spirit in me that wanted to do something a little different. I did run a hardware store. I did, but then we had to sell it because, well, I mean, I don't want to get into it because it's a little hard for a lot of people to understand that weren't around during the 2008 mortgage scam stuff. A lot of people lost a lot of shit. Just so you guys know, it was pretty massive. It was called the too big to fail thing, and it's why the United States government has been able to get away with so much shit ever since, because they took over the banks. The banks used to be independent, kind of the United States, but once they got bailed out, man, it's like, did you get some weed yet? Joy. Yeah. Do you want a little banger? Yeah.
Still calling the last thing we had.
Okay, yeah, Annette did. She went to college. She went to Boston. I'm also a college graduate as well. I did a little bit towards my master's, but then there was just so much. See, okay, I kind of have a theory, and this is just me talking down to the forest, that like, when people get masters, or people say, like, there's a lot of people getting degrees and stuff, I think it's a time when the economy sucks. Because when the economy is booming, the idea to stop working for 2 or 3 years and spend $100,000, instead of taking that $100,000 and going out and or just not even spending it, but just say, hey, hire me, and making a ton of money, doesn't make a lot of sense. And if you do the math, it didn't. So I tried, but it was just too hard, because it's like, whoever, when you work for a company like I work for, they want you on the road. They don't want you sitting in classes. They want you making money for the business. It's not time to go to school. Yeah, I know some companies will pay you to go to school, but those jobs that do that are not particularly probably not the highest paying job in the company. They're probably trying to lock you in, so later on, when you're more valuable, they can pay you less. The USSR, yeah, it was so great. Do you know what put them out of business? Was trying to take on trying to take on Afghanistan. They kept fighting that Afghanistan war that we ended up taking over, that nearly put us out of business. In fact, we're still over there. It's kind of a mess. Yeah.
This is concentrate, you guys. Concentrated weed.
Yeah.
That's really good concentrate.
Oh, yeah.
What's that one called? As I cleared up my... Oh, that's it.
Do I know Easy Motherfucking E? You know I know Easy Motherfucking E. You know I do. I went to 2 colleges. I studied film at University of California in Santa Barbara for a couple of years. And then I got my degree in biology, a Bachelor of Science, from Lewis and Clark College in Portland, Oregon. Oh, hey, check it out. I got some really good news, you guys. I got some super good news. I attended, yes, Lewis and Clark College. And my grandfather actually graduated from there as well. My grandfather got his master's there. My grandfather, I think he went to Oregon State or OSU. I have to look at it. I can't remember. My dad got his master's at Portland State. I was getting my master's at San Francisco State because I was in the Bay Area at the time. But like I said, I had been transferred. I was working for Bank of America. And you work for a bank. That's what you do. You go to school. And so I started my master's there. But then this internet thing was taken off, like for payments, and I got picked up by a company called Check Free. They had so much freaking money. I mean, they offered. I mean, what would you do? They offered me triple what I was making at the bank. Triple in salary. Like, imagine what you're making now. And someone says, here, I'll give you 3 times as much to come work for us. But here's the caveat. There's no office, so you have to work at home. And back then, nobody had ever heard of that. I was like, oh, by the way, there are bonuses after that. And if you sign right now, we will give you a cash bonus to sign right now, a signing bonus. And I said, can I think about it? They said, yeah, we'll give you 24 hours. I said, shit, okay, let me think about it. I mean, of course I was going to say yes, but I think it's always smart to think about shit, don't you? Anyways, well, here's the thing. There's a couple pieces of evidence that if you're questioning whether that's true or not, there's a couple things that would play into that. One would be, okay, most broke guys don't get to marry a young girl that's like 20 years younger. That usually comes from being successful. Just saying.
I didn't marry a loser.
So if you're questioning it, there's that factor. Then there's this other factor. Well, they don't pay hourly at the bank. I was in corporate at San Francisco. I know, it's tough to believe. You guys probably don't understand that because, you see, what was happening in the 90s is something I remember was happening. They said you need to strike now while the fire's hot because this is something that's happening that will never happen again. It's like an industry is being created that is going to change the world. It's going to be like everything is going to and nobody believed it, of course, at the time. They're like you know how you go to Kmart right now, and you know how you go to Safeway, these grocery stores. They're like, that's going to all go away, and it's all going to be on the internet now. So you have to find a company and invest your stock money and go work for one of these companies because they're going to put. I think the big company back then was a company called Sears. They're going to put Sears out of business, and everybody's like. You're going to put Sears Roebuck out of business? Yeah, right. They're like, yeah. And they're going to buy Time Warner. Yeah, right. They're going to buy the biggest media company on the planet. Sure. Yeah, right. No one believed any of that stuff. But guess what happened? Right. You already know what happened. So the thing is that there was all this shit going on. I don't think, Sears was out of business long before Amazon was off. Amazon was selling books when Sears went out of business. I mean, sure, they might have had a couple stores still open. Right, that's right, B-Drop. I mean, the massive hemorrhaging had started in the early 2000s, way before Amazon had ever started selling toilet paper or any sort of, dishwashers and stuff that Sears sells. Thanks, Spirit of New Orleans. What? You're funny. You're funny. Did I say anything offensive just now? I feel like I did. Did I offend anybody? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be flexing too hard. Sears, but Sears out of business. Yeah. Sears put Sears out. The coolest feelings when Kroger in my home was town. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just weed, but I feel like I just got bummed out all of a sudden. Well, is it? Do you think it's the? Do you think? Man. Do you think it's Do you think I miss Sears? Yeah, I have thought of going to Burning Man many times. The positive energy is evaporated. I don't know what happened. Damn. Sears did suck. I know. I don't know why I'd be bummed about that. I guess maybe the ghost of Sears just showed up in the room and just bummed me out. Are you guys bummed out? I got bummed out. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, is that what happened? Shit. I guess we were talking about the past and how, like, we were talking about, like, how, like what happened was that there was a transition. Right, that's what happened. There was a transition in the world, and we all had a chance to make tons of money, which is what happened. But you see, a lot of people that a lot of people that like are in their 40s didn't experience that. So a lot of, if you're young, your parents, or if you're old, then you are listening to me. You're like, no, what are you talking about? There's no way you made $1 million. There's no way you own commercial real estate. There's no way you did that at age 30. No, blah, 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 blah. No way. Because that doesn't happen today. But back then, if you weren't, man, bro, I felt like I was behind. I mean, with all the shit I'm talking, I'm in Manhattan. I own multiple places of real estate. I still feel like I'm behind because other people are like really cashing in. I mean, they're buying islands. I'm not kidding. I was just thinking in New York, man. It was like, shit, man. I wonder how much it would cost to buy an island. They did. Hi, Rich. You used to be able to buy a house kit from Sears. You did? You could buy a home from Sears? Build your own home? If you had a piece of property? That's crazy. I don't own commercial property in Manhattan, no. But I did in Seattle. Mixed use. Okay, now I remember why we're getting bummed. Because I keep flashing back to the time we had all this stuff. And the economy was booming. Bill Clinton was president. Gas was like, I remember thinking this at the time. Gas was $9 a barrel. Do you guys know what gas prices are now per barrel for oil? Anybody? I don't know. I'm asking. I haven't checked in like 10 years, maybe 20. But gas was $9 a barrel. Anyways, what I meant was, okay, let me translate. By the time gas was under $1 a gallon. It was 99 cents a gallon in the 90s. Under $1. That's why a lot of shit was really cheap. And there's a lot of profit being made.
When I was in Oklahoma in the 2000s, it was still like 99 cents per gallon.
Okay, right. So when Joy was in Oklahoma in the 2000s, it was still 99 cents. I'm talking about what the price was in California. Well, back then we didn't even use that word. What, Benji? What are you talking about? What, you don't like my hat? Huh? I don't understand. Anyways, okay. So gas was super cheap, and that made everything super cheap. And the internet and Al Gore, right, basically kicked off the internet. And Al Gore kicked off the internet. With what I was telling you, all these promises about shit. I mean, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, he didn't invent it, but he's claiming he invented it. I'll give him a little bit of credit just because he was there. I mean, look, if you're maybe you're not the captain, but let's say you're the whatever the vice captain is of a ship, and you're the vice captain of the Titanic. I mean, yeah, maybe it wasn't your fault the Titanic sunk, but because you were on it, I'm going to give you credit for that. And it goes both ways too.
You should tell me your Titanic reference.
Well, good morning, morning glory. Is that how you say that? Morning glory. Thank you, morning glory. I appreciate that. Ah, what a wonderful day. Ah. The first mate, thank you. First mate. So if you're the first mate and you're on the Titanic itself and the Titanic sinks, again, like it might not be your fault, but I'm going to give you credit for that. So anyway, so Al Gore is going to get credit for inventing the internet, probably. But anyways, it really did. It really was. I mean, the problem is that we all had so much. I mean, and I can see how it went too, because see, I had a lot of money, and then they're all like, well, you have to invest in these companies, like these startups, and I mean, I lost so much money doing that. But that would make sense why people were making money, because like I got money for probably somebody invested in check free, so suddenly I had all this money. Then now I got money, I want to invest in something, and of course I missed. A lot of people, there are a lot of scams up there. No, Joy is brushing her teeth right now. Joy, are you throwing up right now?
No, I have phlegm in my throat.
Oh, she had phlegm in her throat. She was coughing really hard.
Yeah, that's why I was coughing. It finally came out.
Yeah.
That's why I was coughing.
Oh man. Okay. I gotta get ready because I gotta go get. I'm gonna get my eyes checked today.
Let me explain that.
Yeah. Here you go. Boo.
Hey, excuse me. Yeah, what I was actually. No, what was sounding awful as I was like hacking a lung out there is I was getting the phlegm out of my throat, and it finally came out. Like I'm feeling much better. Like it's like I'm like something finally came out. Like because I was like coughing, and then like this basically like a big loogie came out. I was like, oh, that's just been causing all that drama. I always feel like when I'm unhealthy, I get more and more mucus. Like in my sinuses. And I didn't even know like dairy, you definitely get sinus. It's just so as I get off of there's my little baby, as I get off of the alcohol and the sugar, because it's like day 15, like all of my I feel like I can breathe, like everything is like clearing up. And I was coughing all morning, and I was like, why I couldn't stop coughing? So I'm coughing, and then finally like a big old like loogie came out. So I feel like much better. But the bummer is go to New York in 8 days, so probably get unhealthy again. But I feel like this is gonna be my last trip that I decided to do this. Not the last trip to New York. Last trip I decided to drink because I don't really want to go through this again. Like I'm starting to just like feel so healthy again. Like I'm saying, like everything's cleared up. Because also when you do like the eating disorder, that creates so much bad stuff. And it takes a while for all that to come out. And the day that you finally can like breathe again, because you're like, oh, I can breathe. Like I don't have like anything stuck in my throat, or in my lungs, or anywhere in my nose, sinuses. So today's like a good day. I'm feeling really good today. Like I like honestly, I was like sitting there like hacking my lung back there, and then I was like, oh, it's going on my throat, and then it finally like a bunch of phlegm came out. And phlegm is mucus, and it's fungus, the same fungi. It's all the same thing. So I always think it's all like candida related to, because I get the candida overgrowth when I'm unhealthy, and the further I am away from, eating the bad things or drinking the alcohol, then each day I feel like more like healthy and like I can breathe again or whatever. But in the beginning, when you have the candida overgrowth, they send off like 79 toxins as they're like dying off, so they make you really sick in the beginning. So you sometimes feel sicker before you feel better. But by day 15, so far, now I've done this a couple times, day 15, you feel awesome. So yeah, this was good. No, I was not vomiting on any level. That's not what I ever want to do again. You know, that's the thing. I'm like on healthy. It should be the biggest concern is going to be drinking in New York, but not vomiting. So, all right. Catch y'all later.
Are you done now?
Yeah. Or are
Okay.
you talking here?
Yeah, I'll grab it. I'll say goodnight.
Good night.
I'll say goodnight, Gracie. Oh, they're turning us off. Hold on. Hey, Joy, can you grab my goggles? What is it?
Is there a game today?
Yeah, check the schedule. What time?
Yeah.
Hey, fellas. What's going on? You would like me up higher? All right. Huh? What? 4 o'clock. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So what do you guys think about this? What it does is it does this weird tracking. I don't know if I like it though. It makes me dizzy. They always kind of try to improve stuff, but it just, you know, if they would just give me a little zoom, it'd be great. I prefer it like this. All right, ready? All right. Okay. What up, Renegades? Oh, thank you. Hell yeah. Oh, text share for me on your phone. Hell yeah. I didn't even notice. Okay, so I'll tell you what's happening. So I got contacted. Okay, do you guys remember when I did the Raider Nation thing? Do you guys know the Raider Nation anthem? Here. For those that don't know it, I'll put it up for you real quick. The Raider Nation is... Okay, is this song right here?
109 now. Okay, it came down 1 degree.
That's true.
So maybe I could consider, because the wind picked up and it did come down 1 degree from the time. But I got sweaty hat. I got.
Okay, listen. So this is a video that we put out back in 2020, and then we revised it again in 2020, and then it got like over 1 million views, and
Blustering in from sea.
it got a lot of controversy, but we're local, so the people in Vegas all got to know us. Anyways, someone contacted me and asked me to help them with the project. Like help them with something they're working. I mean, I don't know what they're working on. They literally say, "Hey, can we have a meeting today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I mean, this isn't for money or anything like that. It's the fact that they would think of me. Absolutely tickled my fancy. So, it's a credible person from media. I'm not gonna say where. I mean, it's town too small. I can't even give any more than that. That's it. No, Joy, stop. Stop talking over there, please. Jeez. Divulging too much info sometimes is dangerous with what Joy was saying. So, and then she proceeded to divulge too much info. Hey, what's up, Gunter? I remember on the stream just quickly 8 tips on how I get my dad. Jealousy is one of those things that dads have. I mean, I'm not sure what's he jealous about, but I can say if your dad is jealous of you, Joy has a dad that gets jealous of her all the time, I think. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out today. I super duper appreciate it. I want to go have breakfast. I've been cooking, and then, you know, thanks. Okay, babe. Joy was saying I gotta go pretty soon. So it's been fun. I've enjoyed the day. I gotta get my breakfast going. Okay, yeah, so I've got that meeting. I've got to go prepare for that. So, who knows, man? That could be something kind of cool. I will keep you guys abreast of that, of course, and make sure that it is all good. And in the meantime, you guys have a glorious afternoon.
Turn me up a little bit. Turn up and talk loud. Little now you're gonna hear this one.
See ya.
Sun shining. Yo. I don't hate players. I love the game. I'm a shot clock, way above the game. Be point blank with you, the game.
I got all this work on me, I ain't come for play.
You can show the little shorties how you pump and think. The dog,
Not to death, I'm not impressed. I'm not amused, I'm not confused, I'm not to do. I'm a grown man business, I'm not in school. Put your hand down, youngin', this is not for you.
On my jail, my beats with the Kanye, yo. Your name on the market, your name off the payroll. Style fresh,
Like I'm still a Dayo, and it's been like that since the day-yo.
on more time than a Rollie or Seiko.
Step on deck, your neck, or do what I say so. Get up or get out, get down or lay low.
Standing in the shadows. Open Jedi, I am Black Jedi, that Jedi.
Let's move. Shout out to my man Khalid Kwame, we on top. Shout out, check it out.
Check it out. Slim Jedi,
Cast a big shadow.
Cherokee red to shoot the long arrow.
Got
More skill, more aim, and more ammo.
You can get it all from a big or small barrel like
Hail Mary, full of grace, Jedi. Come and shoot up the place and make you pull up your face. The death.
I pull out the ace from the jungles of the Empire State where there ain't no escape. 247.
718, and that's like every night, every day. From the place that I settle insane to the states, I'm collecting my pay.
Blast off and I'm back to the cave.
Hold it down for my family straight.
Represent in a family way.
Pro ball, not for amateur play.
Billy Ross is an amateur stage before the press and the cameras raised.
Like a long-time man of the way, you understand me straight.
Yeah, no doubt.
Excellence. And that's what it is, you see. Cause it is deeper, richer, crisper, stronger reception, a sharper picture. Revolve around God and evolve with Jedis. These elements are perform my scripture. I make Jedi read a classic modern figure.
It don't matter if you holler or whisper. Coming through clear cause I'm right here with